Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, the Big Cheese, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished in this past year. 5 subscribers. Let's go. 5 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for getting me to this point. And I have listened to the feedback, which the feedback was very omnipresent. I am today in at least an hour. This is going to be at least an hour long video whenever I feel like stopping. I will be making what if this is a part 2 and part 3. I don't know if I did this before. I don't think I did this before. Either I recorded this before and it was a bad recording and I hated it and I deleted it, or this is actually a video. Which one is it? I don't know. So I am reworking and redoing part 2 of Bardock, Izuku, What If. Oh yeah, it's happening. And I am doing it with part 3. So it's gonna be part 2, part 3. Remake part 2 and part 3. Because part 2 did do good, but I think you guys deserve way more than what you guys got, because I did some things a bit messed up, but I think you guys are gonna like this one way more. So thank you guys for getting me to 5 subscribers. That Bardock Izuku video did way better than it should, but I'm proud. So let's get to it. If you like this video, smash the like button like a beer bottle and subscribe to join the Big Cheese. And let's get this video started. Now, one of the first things that I think I should change about this is that this is very, I think one of the things I got right about part 1 is that it was very it was very accurate to how Bardock would act in a superhero world. And since I gave him more of a, like, Izuku's goals of being a hero, I think that works. So I'm gonna try to focus on that in part 2. Here we go. I'm gonna see if I can. I don't want to hold this phone forever. I don't want to do that. But I'm going to. Because you guys love my beautiful face. No, you don't. This nose sucks. I got like a clown nose. Anyway. Let's get to it. So, first things first. After the sludge villain attack, Bardock gets home. Call him Bardock. No, Izuku. Izuku gets home. And after working out, doing some research on the villains and heroes, typical smart people things, he goes to bed. He wakes up, and really it's just going to be him training. But underneath the surface of Izuku's training, he unlocks a special power. A power that has been lost to time, forgotten by the Saiyan race. The Ozaru was a gateway to Saiyan power, but this power, the Akadi, is a power so powerful that blows the Ozaru out the water. While the Ozaru grants you to turn into a giant monkey, the Akari is a form that gives you the power boost of the Ozaru, but in human form. Izuku trains day and night, mastering his Ozaru form. And now, Izuku Midoriya has unlocked the Akari form. So we get to when they fight the robots. I don't even know what it's called, but we get to there and he meets Bakugo, right? Out of the whole incident. And I think Bakugo would start to recognize that Izuku is, hey, this guy right here, he saved me. Not only did he save me, but he's way more powerful than me and way more adept at being a hero. So he brushes past Izuku, but Izuku ain't having it. Hey, Pomeranian, what do you think you're doing? What are you talking about, you stupid Deku? You, you nerd. I'm the same nerd that saved you, right? Whatever. I'm gonna win this test, and I'm gonna be the #1 hero, and there's nothing you can do about it. And they go into the test site. The whole President Mick thing happens. They fight the robots. Now, as a Saiyan reincarnated, Bardock would enjoy a fight. So he would be the first one to go out, head out, fight the robots. He will mostly aim for the bigger robots. I think the 3-pointers. The 3-pointers, yeah, the 3-pointers. And he fights the 3-pointers. And we see, how is he doing it? He's moving so fast and so strong and so nimble. Yeah, it's almost like he's a superhuman or some type of alien or something. This is other people observing. Duh, no crap. And he starts beating on the 3-pointers, and he gains points. He gains the points throughout the test. But when the 0-pointer comes around, we hear a cry of help. I can't do a good female voice, so help. I told you I can't do it. Help. Help. There it is. Help. Help me. And Izuku comes rushing in, and he sees as we know her, Uraka, and he picks up Uraka and he runs away, and he's like, huh. So that's the 0-pointer that they were talking about. Well, it's time to unleash my full attack. And he throws a riot javelin at it. But that's not the whole thing. Not only does he throws the riot javelin at it, since he's been training in ki control, he does like the Yamcha spirit ball thing. He starts like, and it starts hitting the 0-pointer in multiple places. First, the arm, then the other arm, then his leg, and then his head. And the 0-pointer's body scattered all over the place. And it took him only 5 seconds to do this. Everyone's in amazement. Everyone's in shock that there's no way he could have done that. Like, that's physically impossible because technically he doesn't have a quirk. So everybody's like, but how is he able to do that? And then he goes away. We go to he now, how high does he score? Is he #1? Is he #2? He's I don't want to make him too OP, but I've already have. So he is #1. And he's like, yes, I got in. I knew I would have got in. And I did way better than I thought I would. I mean, what did I expect? And he goes to the classroom, and the first one to see him is Bakugo. And Bakugo's like, nerd, how did you get #1? Because Bakugo is paying more attention to Izuku. And Bardock, Izuku walks away. He walks away. He doesn't even look at Bakugo. He doesn't even look at him. And first thing that I think would be apparent is that he's more of an alpha, and people are looking at him like, wow, he's #1. And they sit down, and then we see, as we know him in canon, Shoto like, I am your school teacher. My name is Shoto Aizawa, and I need you brats to go outside for a quirk apprehension test. Here's your shirts. get the frick out of my classroom. And they immediately leave. And Kirishima was like, so they go to the dressing room. And Kirishima was like, whoa, man. You're ripped and rock hard. How did you get so strong? And Bardock Izuku's like, I train every single day. And it's like, whoa, intense. Oh my god. And Bardock goes down the steps. He goes down the steps. Now he's the last one to go out for a reason. And everyone's like, where's Bardock? Where did he go? Like, no. Where's Izuku? Yeah, I don't see that nerd. I guess he's not gonna be here. And then we cut to seeing Bardock putting the bandana on. And then he's walking out the steps. Step by step. And everyone's hearing him like, wait. And then they turn around. And boom. In his full glory. He's got the suit. He has the sand armor. His tail is out. He has the scouter. And he has the bandana. Enough said. This is not the Dragon Ball Super armor. This is the Dragon Ball Z armor. And he walks out. People are like, because it's so cool, right? It's so cool because he's got the armor. And they're like, oh my god, what the frick? And oh my god. And Momo was looking like, what is it made out of? Like, people are thinking like, what is that made out of? What is it? Why does he have a tail? And it's like, oh my god. I think I said in my first video that he did have a tail. Not quite sure. But yeah, he does have a tail. Most people don't know about it though, but he does have one. And then I was like, oh, you're here. Oh, you're here. Okay, get in line, brat. And the quirk apprehension test takes place. Bakugo throws the ball. We know how it goes. And I'm just going to be completely straightforward with you. Because I've already made him OP as possible. And the power levels make sense. So, you already know where this is going to go. He crushes every single test. Instantly. Like, I don't know what you want to say. He scores first on every single one except for the ball throw. Because Uraraka. That's it. That's it. Like, maybe the whole speed thing, but you're telling me Ida with the little thrusters in his thighs is faster than someone who can, I don't know, probably move faster than a bullet? Even more? Yeah, I'm sorry. Guys. You wanted this to be like an underdog one. No. He's a Saiyan. Not only that, he's a smart Saiyan in a society that looks down on quirkless people. He's gonna be OP. Anyway, the real thing I wanted to do here. So I already have taken Bakugo down a couple of pegs. Whether it be any romance, no. Because I don't know how to write romance properly. I don't know how to story tell romance properly. So, no romance. If you wanted it, I'm sorry. I may write stuff like that on Wattpad. Not quite sure. So we go to day 2, and Bardock, Izuku, he's been writing down quirks. He's been analyzing the people he's with, and he already knows. As always, a Eraserhead. He already knows. He knows most of this crap. Also, Bakugo has one for all because All Might couldn't get to Bardock Izuku in time, so he couldn't be like, young man, do you want my power of one for all? No, he just talked to Bakugo and said, do you want my power? And gave it to him. After that, it's the whole, the fighting thing, you know, in anime, when they fight in the building, and basically All Might, he says, I'm walking through this door like a normal person, and basically All Might says, most heroes attack. Most heroes fight villains in buildings, so you guys will be fighting in an enclosed environment, and he pairs them up in teams. Uh, Bakugo gets paired up with. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna do this because a lot of people don't do this. They do pair him up with Ida, but I'm gonna pair him up with Kirishima, right? And Izuku will be paired up with Momo. I don't know. Or I mean, we could do Uraka, but let's say Momo, right? Let's just say Momo. Freaking no. And they fight. They fight in the building. Now here's what happens. Bardock says he'll cause a distraction. Momo gets to the bomb. So basically, he's gonna draw their attention to him, and Momo gets to the bomb. And Bardock draws attention, and Kirishima and Bakugo both go to him. And we get this amazing fight scene. And Kirishima and Bakugo says, "You nerd! You think you'll be the best of me? Wait until I show you my new move." And he does the AP shot, and he shoots it at Bardock, Izuku. But then he does an after image technique, and so it makes like it looks both of them. So basically, he hits the decoy, and then we see Izuku flash forward and pow, like right in the face, just pow, punch him right in the face, and then Bakugo's like, "How did he do that?" And then Kirishima comes from the back, but Izuku uses his tail and wraps him around his body, and then he starts throwing Kirishima with his tail, and then so Kirishima is behind Izuku, and Bakugo's in front of Izuku. Bakugo throws another AP shot, but then Bardock ducks and it hits Kirishima. By the time they get back up, Momo has already defused a bomb, but Bakugo ain't having it. He's way too mad at the fact that Izuku keeps winning, and he's taking everything that he's built up to, and with Izuku's knowledge on how Katsuki's quirk works, he immediately knows he's going for a big, like, giant blast, and he's gonna destroy the whole building. And then Almight's like, "Young man, what are you doing? If you do this, you'll kill him. Only if he dodges." And then he shoots it at him. But this is just respectable though. Don't take this seriously. And he's like, "Only if I dodge. I won't need to dodge your measly attack, Bakugo." And he immediately, he takes the power orb and he throws it up into the sky. No. That wouldn't make any sense because there's no there's a ceiling, so you wouldn't be able to see the moon or the power orb. But that will be for later. Anyway, instead he just tanks the attack, and the only thing that is wrong is that his armor is a bit stretched up. That's it. And yeah. And he's like, "You pulled off that stupid stunt, Katsuki. What did it get you? Now here's your punishment." And he just punches him in the face again. Or punches him in the gut. Whichever one you think would be better. But I think, no, punch him in the gut. Punch him in the gut. Like Dragon Ball Z style. Pow! Right in the gut. And Bakugo falls out. He falls out. And they win. Technically, Momo is named MVP because she did what she was meant to do. Even though you guys think it should have been Bardock, but Momo gets MVP. And we cut to the USJ. Now there's a bit of a character development here. Bakugo now realizes how powerful Izuku is. And he trains a lot more with One For All. If you guys notice, he didn't use One For All in that fight. I forgot he had One For All. I forgot. I'm so sorry. But instead of using his explosion power, he now realizes that One For All, in conjunction with his explosions, would make him a deadly threat to Izuku. So before the USJ, he challenges Bardock again. And this is in a wide open area. And Bardock says, you can attack first. And then Bakugo said, with pleasure. Instead of doing the big explosion thing, he jumps up in the air and he does multiple explosions to conceal himself. And then Bardock's like, what is he doing? But he has this scouter, so he sees what Bakugo's gonna do. But he decides to play with him, and he acts like, what is he doing? And then he shoots the attack out of the smoke screen. And it's going to hit, but he dodges it. And then Bakugo's like, what? I thought you didn't know what I was going to do. And then he's like, what are you talking about? I knew what you were going to do. And then they start fighting. Bakugo starts throwing punches. Haymaker out there. Haymaker. But Izuku blocks. Boom, 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 boom. He blocks him. He dodges them. But they are really powerful and they cause shockwaves. So it's this fight. And people from all across the Mustafa, from all across the nearby surroundings, they see this fight. And the police get involved because technically Bakugo is using his quirk, but Izuku doesn't have a quirk. And the fight keeps on going, and Izuku is kind of letting Bakugo win a bit, but not really. He's not letting him get any punches in. Well, he is letting him get punches in, but they don't hurt. So he is punching him, but they don't hurt. So by the time the police get there, it's just a Bardock looking like he's scratched up a bit, and Bakugo looks like he's tired and worn out. And the police think that they both have quirks, but Bardock doesn't technically have a quirk. But then Bardock stands up for Katsuki and says that I initiated the fight. It's my fault. And this makes Bakugo looks up to Izuku more. Now we get to the USJ. The USJ happens, and really it's the same thing. Except when Aizawa says, I'm going to take on the rest of the goons and stuff, Bardock said, no need. And he immediately fires a riot javelin, and he takes out most, if not all, of the goons. But then Korigiri shows up, and Korigiri teleports the rest of the heroes. Now, does he teleport Bardock? Yes, he does. Izuku, to where Tsuyu and where Mineta is. He falls down, but he immediately flies up because key. And then Tsuyu and Mineta are like, how are you able to fly? He's like, no time to talk. And then he takes them back up to the USJ before defeating the rest of the goons there at the water region. And then it's time for the big Mama Jamba that you guys been wanting to see. So after the other the kids were teleported, Aizawa had to take on the rest of the goons. He's not as tired out, but he still gets almost beaten by Nomu until Bardock shows up and he throws a right hook right into the Nomu's chin and throws it out of the wall of the USJ. And everybody's like, where did he come from? And then Bardock's like, I've been wanting to show this. I've been wanting to show this attack for a while now. And he throws up the ball again. And it says, burst open and mix. And he turns into Ozaru. And he starts beating on the Nomu. And then he rips the Nomu apart. But then, as the Nomu, like, it's just like you know, the All Might versus Nomu fight. Imagine that with Solid State Scouter over it, and he's just punching. They're wailing at it. They're going at it, but then Izuku rolls back. He does a mouth blast at the Nomu, but then once the Nomu's staggered, he goes in. He punches the Nomu up in the air. He rips the Nomu apart, like in the air, like Bane style, over his knee. But it rips the Nomu apart completely. And then once the Nomu's chest area, leg area falls on the ground, the Great Ape, Izuku, stomps on the Nomu's head. And basically, Bardock won. I'm getting real tired, but it doesn't matter. I gotta complete this. I said this was gonna be over an hour, but I realized that there wasn't much I could put in here. So, it's gonna be a bit shorter. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. After the whole Nomu incident, All Might shows up, but he's too late. Izuku already took care of it. And we get to what's it called again? I haven't watched My Hero Academia in a bit. The freaking I'm thinking of it. Not the USJ. It takes it after the USJ. The whole tournament thing or whatever. I don't even know if it's called tournament. It's not a tournament. It's something else. But it's like a tournament. So a lot of the heroes get suspicious of Izuku and what's his power. He says he's quirkless, but he's obviously not quirkless. So let's see, who's the hero that I can use? So detectives and led by Shoto. Well, I mean, he's not as injured. He was almost about to lose, but he didn't. And they're led by Shoto. And they track Izuku to see what he's doing and what type of training he's doing. Since All Might and Bakugo regularly go to the beach that Izuku trains to, All Might is also watching Izuku. And they watch and see what workouts he do, what type of juices he's drinking. And they come to realize that Izuku may not be human. So Aizawa and the detectives start talking to Inko. And Inko's like, no, he's human. He came out of me. His father is also human, and he has a quirk. And so but he says he's not quirkless. And Inko's like, he's not he's quirkless. He doesn't have a quirk. So they start to keep on messing around. They keep busybodying around until the tournament happens. And once the tournament happens, a lot of people are very surprised until they realize that Izuku is in it. And Todoroki challenges Izuku and says, I'm going to beat you. Even if you beat the Nomu, I'm still going to fight you because you are not more powerful than me. And then Bardock sees it. Izuku sees this as a challenge. and he trains hard, fast, so just so he can prove to everyone that just because he's quirkless does not mean he's not gonna do his best. And immediately, he basically beats the whole running out the tunnel thing. The chariot battle, the cavalry battle thing, is basically a battle royale. Whole bunch of kid heroes versus Bardock. And I want to flash back to what obviously would be Bakugo's speech. Now, would it be Bakugo or Izuku's speech? I don't know. And honestly, either or really wouldn't matter. But if it was Bakugo's speech, it would make everyone mad. If it was Izuku's speech, he would try to be less like Bakugo, but still say he was going to win. But that doesn't mean everyone shouldn't try their best. The heroes really wanted to test Izuku because they see him as the next generation. So what they do in the cavalry chariot, whatever thing, is that they make everyone fight him. They make everyone fight Izuku. Every single one. Even the sport course. And whoever survived out of the tunnel to the racing thing and the whole canyon and the bomb, boom, trip mine, whatever, they go at it. And it's honest to God, probably a slaughter, except without the blood and death thing. And whoever survived the battle royale, so it's like a time limit, so we can still have fighters in the next round. And everyone goes at it. Basically, Bardock wastes almost everyone immediately. He does pressure points attacks. He does brutal punches, and he just goes. He doesn't do any key blasts unless for crowd control. The only survivors are Bakugo Katsuki Bakugo, Shoto Todoroki, Momo Yaoyorozu, Ochako Uraraka, Tsuyasui, Kirishima, and surprise, surprise, Mineta. Somehow Mineta survived. Alright, so everyone's matched up with each other. I don't know who, because I didn't take the time to think about that part. Everything I'm doing is not on script, by the way, so if it sounds like that I'm pulling ideas out of a hat, I am. Every single time I am. I think about it before I record, and then while I'm recording, I can get a better picture of what I'm doing. Don't mind the noise in the background. That's just my dad. So, let's get back into it. So, let's see what we got here. So, I'm already going to tell you the people who are going to be in the semifinals. Ochako Uraraka, no. Momo Yaoyorozu versus Shoto Todoroki. Bakugo versus Izuku. Bakugo, they fight, and also it's kind of like a rivalry thing. People like rivalries. I don't. I mean, they get pretty repetitive, and it's basically just, oh, this guy is really good, like a good person, but he really likes to fight, and then it's like Goku and Vegeta, Gon versus Killua. Like it's repetitive. It's the same thing, and Naruto versus Sasuke. Like, yeah, we get it. But it's a rivalry here because people really like that. People really like rivalries. They fight, and it's just explosions and boom, But Izuku has invented a new technique. And he calls this explode. He calls this the Saiyan pile driver. Basically, he throws around Bardock. I mean, not Bardock. Bakugo. He just throws around Katsuki. He throws him up in the air. But then there's an after image on the ground. Bakugo thinks like, oh, this is my chance. And he throws the explosion down. But then immediately he sees Bardock. And he just hammers him back down. But before he hammers him back down, he throws a giant ki blast the 2 times the size of Bakugo's body. And just like explode. Like bang. Whole arena pretty much destroyed. Bakugo's just sitting there like. But Bakugo gets back up and he uses one for all. Also, what percentage of one for all he can use? Let's say 20%. 20%. That's his maximum. And since Bakugo has, I'm not gonna say is he smarter? I guess, yeah, he gets full cowling. They go at it, and it's just punch. It's like Senator Armstrong versus Raiden. And it's just pow, 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 pow. And they're fighting, and it's punch after punch. But this real cool thing happens. And Bakugo gets back up from one attack, and he goes up to Izuku. And Izuku's like, what are you doing? You know you can't defeat me. He's like, it doesn't matter, nerd. I'm still gonna be the #1 hero, and I'm gonna defeat you no matter what I do. And he has explosions dancing across his fists, and he comes at him like sparks just all across his fist. And he comes at him, and he starts punching Izuku right in his face. And then Izuku's taken aback by this for a couple of minutes, until he realized that this only tickles and doesn't hurt him. So he just kicks him right in the manhood. And then that kick sends Bakugo out of the arena, or what's left of it. Izuku wins. The next fight is also Shoto Todoroki versus Momoe Yairaju. You guys already know. Shoto wins. Shoto versus Izuku. So basically, Izuku is a bit tired out because of the stamina drain, because sensu beans do not exist in this universe. But that does not mean that he's not giving it his 100% right now. Shoto attacks first. He throws out ice blasts and glaciers, trying to capture Izuku, so he doesn't really do it. But he knows about Izuku's durability, so he's really trying to just wear him down. And we get to this point in the fight where Shoto has Izuku wear down by a lot, but it's really not much. Like, when you think about it, it's just more of a standstill, but Shoto has more of the edge. But it's until Izuku realizes that Shoto isn't using his fire abilities. And he noticed that Shoto, just like him, is getting worn out. But even more so because he keeps using ice. And that causes frostbite. And then Izuku yells out to him, like, why do you keep using your eyesight? I know you have more there. Unless that's for a cosmetic. And then Shoto looks at him like, what are you talking about? I only have one quirk. I'm not going to use that old man's quirk. He took everything from me. But then Bardock Izuku realizes what's going on, and he's like, seriously? You're going to handicap yourself just because of pride? You're honestly more pathetic than I thought you would be. You're the son of the number two most powerful hero in all of existence right now. And you're handicapping yourself because that's his quirk. That's your quirk. You were born with this quirk. I wasn't born with any quirk, and I'm still 10 times better than you. And just so you know the score right now, I've been holding back as well. So either you want to defeat me at my best, or I'll defeat you at your worst. And then Shoto immediately gets mad by this, but realizes that he's telling the truth, and he activates his fire side or his ice side. I think this is his ice side or whatever. I don't freaking know. I'm tired, but I really wanted to get this video out because I feel like you guys wanted this. And I think it was time for this video to come out. Ooh, Markiplier. Off prop hunt. Let's go. Okay. And I just saw a notification on my phone. And he does the whole fire ice thing. And he blasts Izuku with fire. And then captured him in ice again. But this time, Shoto gets close. And he's going to, like, he's getting up close and personal. But then Izuku activates his Akari form. He activates it, and boom, the ice bursts open, and we see Izuku come out the ice with his Akari form, and he's gotten significantly taller, significantly buffer. Like, he looks like Broly in base form, but with DB's S Broly in base form, but with the spiked hair, Bardock's hair, and with the aura and the sand armor. No, it's just I don't know, the little jump tracksuit things that they give him, because he doesn't have the armor. And the tracksuit starts ripping open to see his bulging muscles. So I was like, what? How are you able to? And since Bardock Izuku has had a lot of time to train in his form, he's not as angry, but he still is angry. And he starts beating on Shoto. But I think this is when Shoto realizes how out of his depth, out of the league he is. So he does one final attack, and he throws ice at him once again. But then, when Bardock just the ice like that, Shoto comes in and he puts his fire hands on top of Bardock's hair, and he starts trying to burn him. But then it doesn't really work out. And Izuku immediately just takes his leg and he just starts pow, 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 like the Hulk from Avengers, and throws him out of the arena. And then, so the sports festival, that's it, the sports festival. I remembered now what it was. And the fight's over. Everyone gets their awards. It's Izuku, Shoto, Katsuki. First, second, third. And All Might congratulates Bakugo. I mean, but not Bakugo. He congratulates all of them, but he especially congratulates Izuku for showing new power, for showing that even though that he's quirkless, that he's basically technically the most powerful person here, behind or before All Might, knowing he hasn't really revealed his true power yet. Technically, when he has gotten into these forms, he's just showcasing them to showcase them. He's not really showcasing them to because he needs to go into them. Not yet, anyway. He hasn't even revealed his full power. But in the depths, in the darkness, the shadow, we see this old man, and we see him talking to this crippled guy in a black suit called One for All. And he's like, have you gathered information on this thing, Dr. Giro? Yes, I have. And I am proud to say I have unveiled my new invention. With your help, all for one, we shall crush Hero Society. And that's it. I really enjoyed this one. Even if it sound like I was enthusiastic about making this, you have to remember, I do this stuff off a whim, but I did have fun making this one. So, thank you guys for watching. This video will be going up as soon as I am done making it, done recording. This has been fun. Thank you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks for liking videos, and thanks to responding to some of my videos. I'll respond to some of your comments as well. Later this week, I'll also be doing a review on the Dragon Ball superhero movie, so watch out for that too. Thank you guys for staying with me on this adventure, and remember to smash that like button like a beer bottle, subscribe to join the big cheese, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay cheesy. I forgot how to end the video, but stay cheesy. Stay cheesy.